So this is my Keepall 45B, which means bandolier or bandolier, in the monogram Macassar or Macassar, whichever way you want to pronounce it. Jury's still out on how that's supposed to be pronounced. I've checked several different sources and they all say different things. Anyway, did you hear that? Macassar. Macassar. So Macassar.
Macassar.
Really?
Macassar. Macassar.
Macassars. Anyway, what the Mac means is that it's the black leather trim, handles, and so forth on the monogram. So in Louis Vuitton world, that's what the Macassar or Macassar means. So I call it a mono Mac. It comes with the silver hardware, which is absolutely stunning. I love the silver hardware. Let's see if we can zoom in on that a little. Beautiful. The lovely handle makes carrying it a breeze. And I got the 45 size because I really wanted something that I could use as a carry on the plane with my luggage. But see, I'm trying to do carry on only luggage. So your options are different size-wise on airplanes on what you can take with you as your personal item. And this was going to be as my personal item. So if I were to take a large roller suitcase, which is what I do, I put that in the overhead. And then I take this with me as my personal item, which means I cannot carry a purse or a briefcase or anything else. It has to just be one other item. So I chose this because I figured the size was perfect. I can put my handbag or purse of choice inside. It fits beautifully, so when I get to where I'm going, I still have a handbag. A laptop fits, you know, all sorts of things, wonderful things fit. And I have videos on packing this lovely item and so forth. So basically I'm here just today to tell you about my thoughts and how I felt about it so far. So I've gone overseas with it. My very first trip with it was to the Netherlands and it worked like a dream. It was absolutely wonderful. Very easy to carry over the shoulder through the airports. It also fits lovely on top of a small carry-on roller bag. You just plop it right on top and you can just carry the both, you know, just roll the both through the airport, which is really, really nice. Keeps, you know, your arm from having to carry so much. Beautiful in that it's just a simple throw in things, stack them how you want them. You know, there's not any organization in there whatsoever. And there's my phone. No organization in there whatsoever, not a single pocket, so it's just a big open bag. But that way you can put your own pouches, which I tend to do anyway. I have tons of pouches for different things, such as I have a pouch that I carry with me on all flights with me, with medications, extra pair of contacts, you know, little small beauty items just in case I need to do a touch-up, that kind of thing. Maybe a pair of socks in case you know, my feet are freezing on the plane. I have a pouch that I bring my electronic device, like charger cords and so forth, and extra batteries and SD cards and so forth. So I'm always filling it up with different pouches. You can also fit a laptop in there, depending on the size, but my 15-inch Retina MacBook Pro does fit in there. You have to put things around it. It fits like right up and down in the middle. And then you put things around it. That's how that works. I put a handbag in there. I've put all sorts of different toiletry bags. So that's how I pack it, with just different bags of things. And everything stacks in there beautifully. I throw in a scarf on top or some gloves or whatever if I want them, and an eye mask if it's an overseas or overnight flight, and it works beautifully. I thought from the very beginning when I got this bag that I wanted it to just be the bag that I carry forever. This would just be with me for the rest of my life. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not ever going to sell it, so I don't have to worry about a scratch. I mean, of course I don't want to scratch it or, you know, ruin it. However, I needed to decide from the start that if something happened, I wasn't going to be devastated. And I'm glad that I did, because the very first trip, I got a big scratch across the front. So that just started the whole process of, okay, we're just gonna love this thing, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. I was flying overnight to the Netherlands, and my eye mask was in here. And there was a couple sitting nearby that had their light on, and it was shining right in my face because they were doing business and everybody else was trying to sleep and they were there yapping doing business. So I thought, well, at least if I didn't have the light, I have really thin eyelids or something. I can see light through my eyelids. I needed to get my eye mask. So I'm carefully trying to get it out. I had it in the overhead compartment because I was in business class and there was no under the seat in front of you. There is none there. So I had to just put it up there. So I brought it down, got out my eye mask, and I'm shoving it back in, trying to be quiet because everyone around me is sleeping, right? And then of course this makes jangly noises a little bit, you know, and I'm trying so hard to shove it up in there, and it did scratch a little bit. And I'm not going to worry about it, but let me just try to see if I can even show you right across here. Do you see that? Yeah, on the black. Yeah, right in through here. It did scratch a bit, and I'm not worried about it. I'm just not. To me, that just means I look at this and I say, oh yeah, that was when I went to the Netherlands, you know? So that's like my little, you know, luggage used to have stamps on them. You know, Paris, Rome, you know, wherever. This says the Netherlands to me, so that's my stamp of approval. So I love this thing. It fits way more than you think it would. You can put 2, 3 nights, days, whatever, worth of clothes in here, depending on if you know, can rewear a pair of pants or you're only bringing 1 or 2 pair of shoes, that kind of thing. So it does work for just quickie little weekend kind of getaways. Let me show you, I wrote down the measurements. This one is 17.7 inches by 10.6 inches by 7.9 inches. And that is basically perfect because United Airlines, which is what I travel almost all the time, their personal item that they allow, so beyond another bag that you have in the overhead, their personal item like a purse or whatever, their restrictions are 9 by 10 by 17. And this is 7 by 10 by 17-ish, you know, give or take a few bits on the inches. So it does work, and in centimeters, that's 22 centimeters by 25 centimeters by 43 centimeters. So that's the size of it, and it's just perfect. If you are forced to shove it in that little thing in the front to see if it fits, because it's mushy, you can get it in there. So they can't deny you. So I would never want to have them take this away and pack it under the plane and then throw it around. This is just not something that would ever interest me. So I want to make sure this stays with me. So I made sure that it went with all the parameters on United Airlines, which I'm sure most airlines are similar. And then I was thinking about the 55, which is, you know, 2 stages above this, but this only comes in 45 and 55. I thought about it for a while, and I've been speaking with a new friend of mine. We've been chatting back and forth in the comment section about a 55 in this print and this design. It would be gorgeous. Absolutely stunning, I'm sure. For me, though, it would be way too heavy for me to carry because you would definitely be schlepping that thing all through the airports, and it would be the one that you have to shove up into the overhead, and it's hard enough for me to get my roller thing up there, to be honest with you. So that would be too hard for me personally to do. But it does, the 55 does go with the United standards on the sizes. The 55 is 21.7 inches by 12.2 inches by 9.4 inches. And according to United Airlines, you can have it be 22 by 14 by 9. So that definitely would, you know, fit in there, and being that it's smushy, you know, that would work. So the 55 would fit in the overhead compartment if that is your sole piece of luggage, or if you also want that including something you checked. And then you could also have a personal item. Does this make any sense at all? So depending on how much you want to bring with you and how much you're able to carry on your shoulder through the airports, and many times you're hauling quite a ways to get to gates and so forth, you do what works for you. But for me, I know that the 55 would not work for that very reason. So I use this along with my roller thing, carry-on, and I can just plop this right on top even and roll it through, and I'm pretty happy that way walking through the airport. So basically, let me quickly just open this up for you and show you the inside if you have not seen. Look, it's got... Okay, the inside is just, like I say, a big giant hole of beautiful deep raisin. I want to say it's like a raisin color. Purpley brown. There are absolutely 0 interior pockets, nothing at all. And that, like I say, that's absolutely fine with me. I suggest for anybody who wants a bag similar to this, and they also know for a fact that they don't want to have to baby it, or they're probably never going to sell it, they're going to just, they travel a lot, they want to use it, I would seriously look in the pre-loved market. I purchased this at the store, at the actual Louis Vuitton boutique. I had not seen one on the pre-loved market at that time. I have seen several of the 55s. And I'm always wondering, I see way more 55s than I do 45s, and I always wonder if it's because they're so heavy, that people just are like, okay, I can't do this anymore. I don't know. But there are 55s available. It does have a D-ring, which is very handy when you want to attach something that you want to find simply, you know, very easily, like your wallet kind of a thing, maybe in a mini pochette with that chain. Unhook it, hook it to this, and you can use it as a wallet and find your wallet very simply and easily. So in all, I absolutely adore this. It is very carefree. It is just very perfect for what I needed it for. and it does just fold down on itself for storage if you want to do so. It could go in a drawer even. I personally don't do that. I'm worried about it. You know, even though I swear I'm not worried about it, I am worried about it getting, what am I saying? You know, those wrinkles that don't go away. Because if they are stored very long like that, they do get those creases that are kind of permanent in there, especially on the leather parts. And I have room to store this, so I'm planning to just store it stuffed, as you saw. So those are my thoughts. I hope that helps you decide. I know many people are deciding what they want to buy, and they're really looking strongly into this bag, and I highly recommend it if what you need to use it for is, you know, similar to what I use it for, because I've been very, very happy. I love it. It's beautiful, and I'm so glad I have this bag, and it's going to be with me forever. So anyway, thank you so very much for joining me. I hope this helps you decide what it is you want to do, and if you have any other questions, let me know. I'll be happy to help you with whatever I can. Thanks so much. Bye.